We live right now. Today's May 16th, 2024, 4:47 in the morning. And we're doing good. We're doing good. No complaints. Things are moving and grooving. I got a post that should be up before this is up today. Got to do some things, so I will finish up this later today. It's morning. Workout is done. Coffee is made. Tried a little experiment. We'll see how this works. This is the medium roast Colombian coffee finding sweetness series. And I was going to brew it the exact same way that I usually do it. And I did. Still 1-15 ratio. Coffee still high on the channel slopes. On the sides of the brewer. And I did it at 195 degrees Fahrenheit. That's more like 92, something like that, degrees Celsius. Let's see if we can find sweetness that way. It's been a couple of minutes since it's been brewed, so let's taste it. Mostly still fruit, acidity forward. It does have that grapefruit taste on it, though, in the beginning at a lower temperature. But let's see. Let's let it cool down. Let's see what it does when it cools down, right? That's what we're going to do. I'm doing well. I hope all is well. I've been busy with YouTube. YouTube is the business, at least for now, until Amazon really picks up. But we'll see. It's cool to just understand what people want, but they won't tell you that, which is interesting. But that's cool. I think it's going to come as I keep going down this rabbit hole of understanding what people want, what I like to do, and just having fun with it. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to switch, and we're going to go to Studio, Channel Analytics, watch time, top content in this period. Of course, it's still funny though. Like how people are like only really on there for like a minute and 20 seconds. And that's my highest paid top performer, right? Content. Okay. It's interesting seeing what people are watching still. The long one, the 16-minute one. Huh. Okay. Yeah, so we're just looking at our analytics. You can see how people just dies down from that end. I told myself I wasn't going to look at this stuff because it doesn't matter right now. It doesn't really matter. Oh, okay. That's a good thing. Watch time from subscribers. 98% not subscribed, 2% subscribed. Okay. More males than females. I kind of expected that because I am a male, right? And then, okay, what's this? Roasting coffee. Okay, becoming green juice. All right. That's cool. Okay, so that's what we got going. It's interesting when you try to look at this stuff because at times you think you're comparing yourself to others. But the thing is that you are really still comparing yourself to yourself. I think that's the thing that you have to understand is that you're still comparing your stuff to yourself because those people are in different leagues. They are. They've started a lot earlier than you. They have honed their skills, gather an audience the way that they want to. And that's the thing about this. That's the game we're playing. It's not an even playing field. But that's why a lot of times you're still doing this on your own. That's the thing that I'm realizing right now. You're still on this island on your own. You're still trying to figure this out as you get closer and closer to understanding what you like, what you don't like, and things that you do like, right? I don't know if that's making any sense. This is going to go on YouTube eventually, but nobody's going to listen to this. It's all good. But it's reps in the tank. It's getting better and understanding that this is going to be a long process, a process that people will get and understand, and then you will get and understand. So that's the way I look at it. You know, no hard feelings. And YouTube is no joke. So mad respect for YouTube creators out there, people, and we're gonna be doing this together in our own separate lanes, right? Just as I like to say, the commenters to come on there and say something and do things, right? It's interesting. So I don't know what I'm about to talk about. Let's taste this coffee again and see where we can come up with any judgment with it. Okay, smelling it out. This is going to be interesting. The grapefruity type of taste is leaving or decreasing. And again, the grapefruit taste that I'm talking about is not a pleasant one. It's the grind or the pit. That stuff. That's the grapefruit that people know and hate, not the actual sweetness of grapefruit. So we got to make sure we clear that up. I think I wrote about that. Not wrote. I don't write anymore. Wrote about that in the or talked about that in the next video that's coming Sunday. Is that yeah? That's the thing I don't like about grapefruit. You know, a lot of times when we talk about fruit, I think I did a little short. We'll see how it looks and everything. I probably overblown it and stuff. We'll see. Did I have that? Let's listen to that right now. Let's see if you can hear this short. Here we go. It's probably too loud. Let's see.
A lot of times when you hear or you get descriptors on a bag, you're like, okay, it tastes like this. But truthfully, if you really think about it, it does.
Okay, I look pretty good. I'm just monitoring myself a little bit. I turn off the volume and just looking at myself while I do this at the same time. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk a little bit. I do like that I'm getting closer to the camera and I'm looking at it. And that's the cool thing about it. I am looking at the camera. I'm getting a lot closer. I am getting to the point where that presence is there. And I think that's the beauty of watching so many YouTube videos. I'm on there, I'm looking, and I'm looking for other stuff than just what they're saying. And it's really cool, like kind of what they're not saying, that's more so the critical part that I'm really liking the most. You know, a lot of times I have YouTube Premium, so I don't even have to watch the videos. I can just play it and do something else, like a podcast, right? But now I'm watching them and I'm looking at them for what they are. And it's pretty cool to gauge and understand what's going on and seeing what they're not saying, seeing like their presence, how close they are to the camera actually. And that's one of the things that I've noticing quite a bit, right? Is that how close people are to these cameras. They are literally about a foot away, depending on the lens. I have a 20mm lens and I'm thinking I may get the 35, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really cool to just really pinpoint what they're not saying, how they're doing their videos and all that stuff. So yeah, it's fascinating how you can really understand what people are doing, and you could be like, okay, I can kind of do that. I can see where you're getting at. I can see the different layers and different approaches that you've taken with your editor and how to gauge people. And I think that's going to be the biggest things. And I think I got that hook first down in the beginning, but supposedly I'm supposed to keep hooking you guys to keep you there, which is whatever. It is what it is. So that's the part that I will start to understand a little bit more. And I'm thinking about doing voiceovers in between and all that good stuff and whatever. Yeah, this podcast may be more so a dud. It's more so for me to psychoanalyze what I'm trying to do, understand that this is going to be a lot of fun. And I know when people say this a lot, like I'm talking right now, looking at my video, it's done already. But I do like the fact that I'm seeing myself and I'm seeing myself interact with the camera with you guys. And at times people say that this is narcissism, right? That you're looking at yourself. No, all I'm really trying to do is get better. That's it. I'm trying to get better. That's all I'm trying to do. Just trying to get better at this game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It still has that grapefruity type of undertone, but now the sweetness of grapefruit is kind of hinting into it. It's at that lower temperature. Uh-oh. We're going to rewatch this. Oh, I got my phone. This pesky phone. This crazy phone. Okay. But yeah, so we're going to do this bigger. No, we're not going to do that big. We're going to do it right here. So, again, it's interesting to kind of watch yourself, see yourself, and kind of analyze it for what it is. And it's quite amazing how you got that good rim light, probably overblown a little bit, but that's all good because I'm the coolest guy in the world. I think so. But now we're playing around with lower temperatures. We did grind this coffee a little bit finer than normal, so I think it needed it, but we shall see. We shall see what we're getting out of this coffee. I probably put a little bit too much water in it as I'm drinking it, sipping it right now. And that's good, right? Oh, wow. That temp. We're going to have to probably play around with that lower temperature again. 203, 204 is probably a little too high. We're going to go back to 195 and play around with it that way. I think that's how we're going to get that sweetness. I think it's going to be in a temperature. That high temperature, I may go extreme and try this coffee at 212 just to kind of gauge what I'm tasting. See if it's more so like this. But I think we're going to find sweetness in coffee a little bit more as we go lower in temperature. So we're still going to go ahead and roast the coffee. And as we roast the coffee, we're going to see if that does make sense, right? This is going to be fun. That's how we're going to find sweetness. And I'm understanding that this coffee is, let me see, taste this again. Yeah. I'm not saying that it's overly sweet. It's some sweetness coming through. And wow. Temperature. I think we kind of probably figured out the code. We'll see. I think so. We're going to see. I'm not too sure about this, but this is amazing how awesome this is or can be and all that good stuff, right? I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this game. Psychoanalyzing, getting better, understanding that I'm really in a competition with myself. Keys on or whatever it's called. That's the thing that we have to realize a lot of times what we're doing things is like we are more than a competition for ourselves. We're just trying to get better, understand the things that we're trying to do. And that's going to be the biggest takeaway from all of this. Is that how can we get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better? And knowing that we are going to get better only if we keep trying and doing and just going from there, right? I think that's going to be one of the biggest things, biggest takeaways that I truly understand what's going on with this. Like, for instance, I'm going to go ahead. This one's probably too long. This is a podcast I did, I think, last week or the week before. Let's see this stage presence. I'm doing more so the same. I'm here. I think I figured out the mic thing. I could do more videos and stuff like that inside the office without this mic. So that's going to be interesting. But the art of getting better, that's really what we're talking about. I don't know if people will see or get or feel anything from this podcast. This is more so for me, which is perfectly fine. I mean, people listen, they listen. But what we're talking about is getting better in all the things that we're trying to do. Life, roasting, family, working out, health. We're just trying to get better, understand the things that we're trying to do, and really get to the point to where we want to be the best that we want to be, right? And I think that's the biggest takeaway that I'm trying to understand and flow and get there and really gravitate to the point to where we are on a new journey. We are on a journey to just get better. And I'm sure the subscribers and people are seeing that, oh, okay, this guy is just talking. He's not full of himself. We see that there's some qualities that are there. And I think that's what it is. I think the next video that I do is going to be interesting. I'm going to do it in a way to where I'll hook up some stuff. I'll probably do it tonight. And then we will play around with, we're going to have to talk about the V60. I think it's time to talk about the V60. Just kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with and understanding and just loving what we're doing, right? And or I may talk about paper. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to have fun with it. It is sweeter. That temperature did help. Lower temperature. Yeah. About a 195. 195. I think 190 would kind of be pushing it, probably take away all the acidity. But that may balance it out a little bit better. It can, right? Wow. That's how you do it. 195. Or you can also double dose, make it more concentrate, and kind of go about it that way too. Because it was more lively. It did lose the sweet. It didn't have the sweetness, but this one does have it at the lower temperature. So we're going to go down that rabbit hole of understanding sweetness that way and having a good time. So I think the next experiment that I do is going to see if we can taste coffee the 15-to-1, but at different temperatures. I think that's going to be the next post that we do after we finalize the blooming. I think finding sweetness through temperature. And then we're going to base it off the 190 degrees. Mm-hmm. You just do three. Just do three. 190, 200, and 212. Those are some big spectrums. 215 and all that stuff. So once we finish out that video of the blooming video, and then we're going to go a little bit more in depth about the whole 195. That's what we're going to do. I think it's awesome. I'm going to write that down. I already recorded it, so I have it with me. And this is more so like a brainstorming session. I don't know if you go through that quite a bit, but I do that from time to time. I talk to myself as I'm doing right now. And we're really trying to figure this out. And it's going to be a lot of fun as we go into this together. And one thing I am understanding or getting is that people will come and feel like they're gravitating to the information as you let them in, right? So that's what we're trying to do and trying to give people. So, and also myself, this is a lot of fun now that I'm, at least right now, I'm not to the point where I'm like begging for material. I think the material is finding itself to me of what's interesting me. And I think that's going to be the biggest key in this. It's like, if I have interest or love or care for it, then that's going to show or shine in the video. So that's going to be quite interesting the way we go about it, right? So fun times for everything. Probably new setup. Probably get a tabletop just for demonstration purposes, bigger than the one that I'm using right now. I'm eyeing it right now. Just wondering about the colors and all that and how it will look on the camera because I have a white background already. I don't want to have a white, but it's going to be overhead mostly. So we'll see. We'll see. We're going to have fun with this. And yeah. Let's explore and grow together. Or be entertained by my fuck ups. There goes my curse word. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.